Welcome everyone to tonight's meeting of the Board of Assessors. Today is December 3rd. It is 6:37, 8. We are here in the lower level of the Ritter Building. It's not Memorial Library anymore. In accordance with the requirements of the open meeting law, please be advised that this meeting is being recorded and broadcast live over the, that's not quite true, recorded over the public access channel on Facebook Live on the public access Facebook page, which is https://www.facebook.com/lunenburg-public-access-cable-1574270975305/. Recording can be found on the Lunenburg Access YouTube channel tomorrow morning. This meeting will be held in person at this location. Members of the public are welcome to attend this in-person meeting. Please note that while an option for remote attendance, Zoom, is being provided, as a courtesy to the public, the meeting will not be suspended nor terminated if technological problems interrupt the virtual broadcast, unless otherwise required by law. Members of the public with a particular interest in any specific item on this agenda should make plans for in-person versus virtual attendance. For remote participation, from a computer, please use the link I will read to you to join the public meeting webinar. That Zoom link is https://us02web.zoom.us/j/81152002194. Again, the meeting ID is 811-5200-2194. From a telephone, dial the toll-free number 888-475-4499 and enter that same webinar ID, which is again 811-520-2194 #. If you have not registered for Zoom, you will be asked for your name and an email address. No participant ID is required. Just press the # sign when asked. The telephone users may dial *9 to request to speak after joining the meeting. The computer and app users may use the raise hand feature to request to speak. Additionally, please be advised the town of Lunenburg utilizes the Zoom platform as its host for hybrid and remote meetings. That the Zoom platform utilizes AI technology known as AI Companion to create audio transcriptions of the meetings to aid in the subsequent preparation of meeting minutes, and that AI Companion is activated immediately upon launching Zoom application. You are hereby notified that this AI technology may capture audio prior to the start of the meeting and/or following the conclusion of the meeting. The agenda lists all topics which may be discussed at the meeting and those that are reasonably anticipated by the chair. Votes may be taken as a result of these discussions. Not all items listed may in fact be discussed, and other items not listed may also be brought up for discussion to the extent permitted by open meeting law. I'll call us to order. Well, the first order of business, we'll introduce ourselves. I'm Brian LaFond.
Brian Marple.
Linda Chenka.
Sarah Cameron.
We have no one on right now, so there's no public. Any opening comments from the board members? Mr. Marple? I'd just like to say thank you and welcome aboard.
Thank you.
And I know it's a hassle trying to get everything, all the T's crossed and the I's dotted, but we can't wait.
Yes, I'm experiencing the T and I crossing and dotting problem. And I'm also kind of going, okay, how may I help you?
Now, what's next?
What's next?
Right, that's good. Once all of your gateway stuff is up and running, then you have 10 modules to review over the next year, 2 of which you have to review before you can actually vote on anything. So those 2 are most crucial.
Okay.
You'll also have to do the open meeting and conflict of interest training.
I already did the
See, you're already ahead of the curve. Thank you.
Already did that.
So it's just the tomorrow, if possible. I believe that Linda gave the name of someone
Linda Brown.
Yeah.
who is most helpful at the state. So
Yeah.
She may be able to give you some guidance.
Linda Bradley.
Someone told me that that you were supposed to have gotten a note too from the state. I don't know if you got
I
it.
did.
You
Should
did?
have an email today.
I got an email. It
Yeah.
gave me a password for the account. I tried it, but it didn't know me.
Ah,
Right.
Never mind the password.
Yeah.
right.
Give me a call tomorrow at the office because I took some notes of what she said, and she had a different username for you, so I don't know why it was. I had it
Well,
written
nobody
down
gave
in
me a
the office.
different
Okay.
username.
I didn't know if you went in, but if
Different
you,
username? You can't change your username.
it was
You
weird.
can change your password. You
Yeah.
can't change your
Yeah.
username.
So,
I
but
don't-
if you call
If
her,
it's not B Marple, I don't know what it is.
oh, okay, yeah, it wasn't B Marple. So either that or just call her in the morning. She's very helpful. She'll be able to go in and walk you through it.
Kathy? Did,
Oh, Kathy, yeah, Kathy did her part.
Oh,
Kathy
okay.
actually signed.
so you're talking about Linda?
Linda, yeah, if you call Linda, yeah, as far as I know, you're all set with Gateway and you're all set up in the directory and all that, so Kathy did sign up this afternoon.
Right.
Okay. Well,
Sorry, it wasn't sooner.
we'll try and solve it tomorrow.
I think we're right on to the status report from the principal assessor, which I
Yeah.
believe we have a copy of here.
Yeah, so we had our tax classification hearing last week, that went well, and we just wait to be approved by the state. As you know, it's kind of been back and forth, so I resubmitted a second time today, and hopefully they'll accept it, and we'll be ready to get started with the billing file. I actually worked with Randy Mercier yesterday,
Our consultant.
our consultant.
For
He's the
Munis.
Munis, and he's wonderful. We are able to upload the personal property file, that was all set, but I had some technical difficulty at home with retrieving the Y2K file, and I didn't hear from him today, so we were supposed to connect again today, so I sent him an email.
Y2K file is not year 2000.
Yeah.
It's not.
No,
No.
it's something else altogether.
Sounds like it's
But it's
the
the
year
same
2000.
Yeah, they call it that, but what we're planning on doing is getting everything all set. We still have a bridging issue, so when the data goes over from Vision, which is our camera system, and it bridges over to the financial system, Munis, we had an issue with the personal property last year, and we have to use a different, we can't use a Lunenburg file, we have to use Fall River, is what he has to, for their bridge. And
It's really the translation mechanism. It
Yeah.
doesn't really matter that it's Fall River or Lunenburg, it's the translation mechanism. And they can't seem to fix it here in Lunenburg. I don't know why.
yeah, but we're still working on it, but we have
And what,
Plan B, which,
well, and what happened last year is Plan B, right?
yeah. We're doing it again this year because our exemptions doubled. So we're gonna be, once the file is all set, the main thing is the numbers have to match. Whatever we submit to the state has to match, which it does, so we're all
So
set
a lot
there.
of manual.
A lot of manual entry with the exemptions. We have 100 and something exemptions we'll be entering manually. But at this point, we want to get the bills out, and that's the goal, is to get everything done. And then after they go out, we'll have to deal with the bridge and the whole exemption issue, but
Nothing can stand in the way of the bills going out on time.
yeah.
So we'll do whatever we have to do in the office to make sure the bills go out on time.
So we're on our way, hopefully we'll get state approval this week, I hope. I resent it tonight after I spoke with you, and so hopefully they approve it, and it looks like, were you able to listen to the classification hearing? No, so the select board approved a residential factor of 1, which is a single tax rate. The estimated tax rate is going to be $14.39 per thousand, and they
As opposed to this year, which was?
$14.36. So it's not that much of a change.
No.
Very, yeah.
Inconsequential change.
So our average single-family home value for fiscal 2026 was $517,296. And based on that tax rate of $14.39, it'll be $7,443.89. So I'm gonna just mention that.
And how did that differ from last year's value of the
Oh,
property?
value
It
last
was
year was
504
Right.
last year,
504?
yeah,
Okay.
so.
So
We have like
the value of the properties in general has gone up.
Yeah,
So
it's a small
if
percent.
it's 13,000 on 500,000, we can idea what the percentage is. Not huge.
Yeah,
2.5, 3.5, I think we said, 3.3. I'm doing that from memory.
I can
Depends on the
pull,
property.
I can pull up my presentation if you
It's-
want. No,
It's not a huge
it
increase.
was I think it was a 3.3% increase on the,
Right.
from what you, but,
3.6, yeah, that would be right. Yep.
yeah. So, we did also have 9 abutters list requests. We received 35 motor vehicle excise tax abatements in the past month, and we've already processed them in Munis. And Robin also processed commitment number 6 of 2025, which had a total of 442 bills, excise tax bills. Total excise tax of $44,864.32.
Can you briefly explain what a commitment is?
Oh, yes, we process that in the financial system, and we, actually I have it right here. And once we do that, we actually we have to do we call this a commitment. We have to give one to the accounting officer. This is so that they can collect the excise tax.
Mhm.
So we process it, we take the file, it's uploaded, we process it in our financial system, and then, once we're done with that, it produces the commitment numbers, and we have this form. So we have 2 forms to be signed by the board tonight.
Which essentially creates the excise tax bills.
Yeah. Yeah,
So the commitment is basically a list of the excise tax bills that need to be created, essentially.
and if we don't put that, we get the file from Kelly and Ryan.
Mhm.
If we don't process that in Munis, when people come in and pay their bills, they can't.
So if it's in our Canvas system, that's great, but it needs to be in the Munis as well.
Yeah, so.
So, forgive me, but how is property tax and what is the difference between property tax and excise tax?
Oh, this is for motor vehicles.
Motor vehicles,
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
It could be boats.
Okay.
Well,
There's
yeah,
some other things that, so it's non-property. So,
Okay,
yeah.
essentially.
but,
Essentially 4 times today, I already haven't stopped doing
so we work on assessing motor vehicles too?
We do, yeah, we do a lot in assessing. We handle
Mhm.
motor vehicle excise taxes, we handle real estate, personal property, we do exemptions.
Personal property, which I think I mentioned last time, is really commercial property.
Yeah, it would have to be.
So you got.
So you're not wandering through the house and grabbing
Well,
products
do a second
saying,
home.
no, that's
We do
worth
have
$1
some
million,
second homes,
you
right,
know?
well,
Yeah,
yeah. And we would handle any abatements that are requested for any of those, well, mostly for real estate. Could also be personal property, right?
yes,
And then there are exemptions that we have to handle for at least a couple of those.
We have some
Motor
tonight.
vehicle and real property, real estate.
Okay. So what kind of exemptions could somebody be getting for their car taxes?
They sold it.
That, oh, okay.
They're
They
supposed to get
sold
some
the
money
vehicle
back.
and they got the, okay. I see.
Which, there's a lot of activity, so the
Yeah.
office is really quite busy trying to do more vehicle exemptions.
I get it.
and when our first bill of fiscal 2026 goes out in February, it's,
Oh, people will
Crazy.
discover that, oh, how come you didn't have a record of my sale? Because you never told us that you sold it. So they'll come in with their bill of sale and some
Mhm.
documentation, hopefully enough to say, well, yes, you were due a refund, we'll call it refund. But if it's less than $5, we don't bother.
we don't, no.
You know,
Yeah.
and
We
on
have
some
those
vehicles,
people come in.
it's $5.
Yeah, we have a lot of them coming in right now where they've got a month left for an abatement. If it's under 5, we can't reimburse.
Right. Exemption.
So I do have this commitment to be signed.
When do we get to it? Yeah.
We'll get to it. And I started researching clause 18, which I will go over as well,
Yep.
some findings that I have later on. But right now, we're waiting on the state to, they're looking at our tax recap, and hopefully we get approval. I'm hoping this week, so.
So there were 4 things we did this week? The levy, OL1, that's the overlay,
Yeah,
the recap,
yeah.
and LA5.
LA5, yeah,
Yes.
options.
So some weeks we'll be in Gateway a lot, virtually signing, electronically signing these documents that Linda has prepared. And that's why we ask her for explanations, so we know what we're signing.
Mhm.
So, in other weeks, we don't sign anything. We don't get into Gateway for sometimes weeks on end.
Yeah.
She does.
This is a busy time of year because we're trying to get everything done. Once the classification hearing is done, and we're trying to get everything submitted to the state. And, you know, the accountant actually is involved, the finance director, so the assessor, we all kind of work together.
We have a representative at the Department of Revenue that reviews all of our stuff. Actually, we're sort of 2 now, right? This new guy, I don't know what that. Because Becky's not gonna review them anymore, or
Well-
David's doing some?
Becky isn't doing the recap. There's somebody else that
Okay.
actually reviews that.
So just the recap he's doing?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Anyway, so it has to go through a lot of hands before before it gets finally approved and turned into bills.
And that tax rate is estimated, so that might change by a couple of pennies, so when
Last year, I believe it changed by a penny,
we, yeah.
so.
So it's estimated right now to be $14.39 per thousand, but it might be $14.38.
Who knows?
We won't know that until
Right.
we've been approved. So as far as my goals, again, I'm waiting for approval on our fiscal 2026 tax rate from the Department of Revenue. We're trying to finalize the billing, and we're getting a little bit down to the wire because we've got to have the billing file ready for the bill printer on December 14th, so hopefully,
So everything's a process.
yeah.
Once we've approved everything and we are done, we then have to send a copy over to the company that actually prints the bills, and they do the mailing too, right? Oh, no, we actually look at it one more time before they're done, because in case they make a mistake. And so everybody has, I have a 2-week period I need to do stuff in, I have 3 weeks, I have 1 week. The DOR typically, claims that they have 14 days to review that stuff. They do a pretty good job of reviewing them in less than a week.
Yeah.
So they've been very supportive and helpful, so. So this is all stuff nobody knows until you sit in these jobs.
There's a lot that,
I get that. I mean, I was like, so where's the Department of Revenue and all this?
Yeah, all over it.
All over.
Yep.
Okay.
Good.
yeah,
Anything else on here? You're gonna be going through some of this stuff later on.
Yeah.
During the agenda.
let's go through that.
Okay, thank you. Any further questions before we move on? I did not have an opportunity to do any additional minutes because I have family in town.
I didn't have any time to review any anyway.
So I'll do some more of them next, I will have some time over the next 3 weeks, so by the time we next meet, if it's the 16th, 17th, I should have a couple more done.
Okay.
Do you have any executive session?
I didn't write up the.
That's fine, so we're all in the same place.
We're all the same.
By the way, we are far ahead of many of the boards in town, so I feel okay. You know.
Whoa, that's good.
Yeah. Assessor website change and approval, we had,
Did you have a chance to? I know it's hard with the holiday, but
No.
so I
I
mentioned
really
last
did.
time that we had worked with the IT people here in the office, and Robin, I think, was actually helping to redesign the website, because the website's been a little hard to navigate. So actually, we could probably set him up also, so he could take a look at it, so we know what it's gonna look like, because Carol will have to tell you how to get there, and then you have to set yourself up an account, and there's a whole bunch of steps to get in there. But you can go see what the website proposal is. I think that's maybe worth doing.
I will get into it by next week. I actually had the flu over the entire week.
Oh.
No, well,
So much for the flu shot.
yeah, well,
The flu shot worked, I got it.
Well, usually I'm in good shape, but not this time.
As a teacher, she's exposed to every germ there is.
I took it with me
My
on
wife's
vacation.
there too.
Okay, there you go, you can tell.
So
Okay,
I'm a
so,
little bit behind.
no problem. That's why I was sending texts, I said,
No, I'm
well,
glad you did.
yeah,
we'll keep the website on for next meeting.
okay.
I really want to have an opportunity to go through it,
Yeah.
provide some feedback, suggested changes, or whatever, let's get moving and get it done. And it'd be nice to have it up for the first of the year.
It
Yeah.
would, that would be great.
Neighborhood review start date?
Hopefully, well, we obviously had it approved at town meeting,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm hoping once we get the bills out, we can start looking at that and kind of coming up with some kind of a plan as to, it would be good to start that.
So- We need to start that as soon as possible now, or somewhere around the first of the year. Fortunately and unfortunately, once the bills go out, that's when we start getting
Abatements.
feedback on abatement applications. So the office is often very busy. At the same time, we have the excise tax commitment that goes, that will go out. So the bills will go out, and then people will say, how come I'm still getting a bill for this car that I sold, and come in and try to get
Yeah.
their exemptions, so the office becomes very busy in January.
Yeah.
The office is very busy all the time, almost.
And Chapter Land, that deadline just ended on the 1st of December. I did have one property that we got the deed that came in, and it was a forestry property, and it sold for $700,000 in October. And it luckily had a lien on it, but there was obviously no first right of refusal. It's supposedly staying in the same use. We have no application, no new lien, no affidavit. So today, I actually contacted the lawyer of the day who told me to call the forester, because I didn't even know if you need a new forest plan. Obviously, we need to have a name change,
Sure.
because there was 3 years left on the forestry plan.
I'm also confused on how it's sold with the lien on it.
Exactly, that was our point.
I shouldn't have sold with the lien on it.
Yeah.
Now,
It shouldn't have sold without having gone through the town for
Yeah, but-
first refusal.
The lien should
Lien should be the big
have
thing.
stopped the transfer.
well, I did find out that it did not go through a bank. I think it was financed by the seller, so it wasn't a typical
Oh, okay.
transaction
So
because
it's
of, yeah.
But still,
out
the
of
deed
one
has
pocket
to be,
into another pocket with nobody else.
Yeah.
okay, but the deed has to be recorded. And if the deed's recorded, then there should be the lien sitting right there on it, and they should say,
Yeah.
The registry should have rejected it.
They didn't, I don't know, and then
well, finish.
I spoke with the buyer today
Mhm.
because I told him, I said, you're gonna need to pay for a lien, record a lien, we need an application, we need you to fill out the rights, obviously, that is everything. He said, well, my lawyer said I didn't need to do that, I would just continue on another 3 years. I said, but we weren't notified, and we shouldn't have gotten a deed as a reference for this. Somebody should have contacted our office.
If you want, we could have town council contact your lawyer, or you can just get started on it now.
Yeah,
I don't know, what else do you want to do?
so, I spoke with Jim.
I
Crow.
wonder if we need to do both.
Let's start there. Start with the feedback, see what they say. If they come back and say, I'm not gonna do that, then you,
But it sounds like you already tried.
I did, and we're gonna send out a certified letter. The buyer's willing to fill out the paperwork. The forestry plan, the forester, I guess what they have to do is they have to change the first page of the forestry plan. The certificate needs to be changed. It's like 3 or 4 pages roughly total, and it's gonna be $150 charge. Because it didn't make sense to me that, okay, well, the lawyer
I thought it would just convey.
had told this buyer that you don't really need to do anything, that you can just, when it expires, then you deal with it.
in the attorney's defense, they haven't been asked to do that in the past much.
That's true.
So if we're not gonna follow up on it, then they aren't gonna follow up on it because it's extra work.
Yeah.
So you caught
Which
it,
the,
that's great. You followed up, that's great. We may have to continue to follow up until we get the resolution that's required.
presumably the customer retaining the lawyer is paying for that service though.
Yeah.
Hmm?
It's amazing, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's, in this day and age, to think if you've got a lien on a property that no one catches it, even in a private, I'll call it private transaction, but
Yeah.
still,
It's not private with a lien.
but the good thing is that we caught it. I'm gonna send all of that documentation by certified mail,
Right.
and that way we have proof of it.
We have evidence that there were a lot in the past that we didn't catch,
Mhm.
that just kind of skated through. And that's why you wouldn't expect to have to do that, because you never had to do that in Lunenburg.
You know, things that are put into chapter are put into chapter with a significant tax reduction
Yeah.
for the town to have the first right of refusal. So it's important that if it's getting taken out that way,
Yeah,
Not that
the
it
town
is.
recoups its money,
Right,
yeah.
right. A portion.
a portion, yeah.
Was it 5 years?
A 10-year for the forestry, but yeah, we can go back 5 years.
You can go back 5
At
years
5% interest.
and collect their back taxes.
Yeah. So they have to pay rollback if they decide to build a house on that property. If they sell it, it doesn't stay in the same use, and they don't follow all the requirements
Right.
to be in chapter, then we can take it out, bring it back to full value, charge them the rollback taxes, which is the difference of what the chapter land value would be versus the assessed value.
Chapel Lane value is
Yeah.
really devalued.
Yeah.
So if they raise it to the value of a building lot, then it's a significant amount of tax potential.
They're talking about the property down here, Mass Ave.
I don't know, which one it was.
It was 100 Harvard Street was the property,
Okay.
44 acres.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
So exemptions and abatements are private between us and the applicants. Liens are public knowledge, so we can talk about a lien in a public meeting. We can talk about a specific location for a lien in a public meeting. So there's a little bit of differentiation there about privacy. It's one of the things we've learned over the last couple of years. One of many. So cool. So we'll either be getting a new lien, or we'll be getting some back taxes.
Yeah. I think the buyer will work with us.
I'm sure.
He called me back, so.
If I were intending to keep it in the same chapter, in the same use, then yeah, I'd certainly work with you,
Yeah.
or us.
But it was good because we're writing up all this documentation. I would like to actually do a chart similar to the exemptions with all the chapters and what's required, because there's so much that's involved with chapter land. I mean, even the forestry.
Did you provide Brian with a copy of the exemptions chart?
I did.
So you know what she's talking about, but so now she wants to do one, and I think this makes a lot of sense, for all the chapters, because there are several different chapters you can put your property into, and they have different requirements. So you can list out what all the requirements are, where the liens exist, and all that stuff. So it's good to have it on one page, I think.
Yeah, well, it makes it easy, even for us too, because there's just so much involved. Like, most of the day today was spent calling Jim Crowley, who was the lawyer of the day.
Jim's great.
DLS, you can call every Tuesday and Wednesday between 10 and 12 and get advice from a lawyer. And one of the
I won't say that Jim has a lot of experience, but he's way older than I am.
he does.
So just saying.
Okay.
So I think that brings us back to the neighborhood review start date.
Yep,
Yeah, hopefully.
which,
Is,
first of the year, you think?
I'm hoping.
We need to make sure that we have a resource on
Yeah.
board. That resource, have we contacted a resource yet?
I have, I'm
Okay.
hoping that she will come on board and help us with that.
Cool. Cool. Anything else about the neighborhood we should talk about? Other than it's critical. Great.
See previous meetings.
See dozens of previous meetings, yeah. BOA Code of Conduct Policies?
Did you want to talk about this material for clause 18?
Oh,
This is-
yeah.
I'm sorry, I missed
Yeah.
it.
Clause 18, so she put together some information on
She?
clause 18,
She?
Robin
Okay.
did, yeah. So I'll make copies of it. So I contacted Westford and Littleton just to find out their income and asset limitations, if there's anything that's established. There's really nothing that is set in stone. It's more at the discretion, and it's kind of situation by situation, so I wasn't really able to get any firm numbers for
We
asset
looked at this
income.
9 months or a year ago. We found like 2 or 3 communities actually had numbers put together.
Yeah,
I can dig those up if you want. I'll dig them up.
okay,
I'll
yeah,
dig them up.
yeah,
Because they were really low. Asset and income had to be very low before you'd be eligible for a clause 18 exemption.
yeah. What Kathy Miller in Littleton was mentioning to me, she said it's something that we take case by case, because if you had something set, you'd have everybody applying for it, so they don't have any right now, but she said we did have one in the past, so.
So most towns will tell you, I haven't had one in a long time.
Yeah,
It's very rarely used.
yeah,
Um,
so, but,
But it's important when it's applied in an
Equitably.
unbiased,
Yeah. Right.
equitable manner. So that's why we're researching what other people are doing, so we can develop some of our own, so it's applied consistently and fairly.
so we have, so Robin just found this stuff here, and I'm like, just some information on it. And then on the application,
So are you gonna make
Multiple-
copies of
I
this?
can make copies of
Okay.
it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Because I'd like to read through it.
okay, yeah,
It's too much for me to read in the meeting and
yeah. We
But
can
certainly
do
slows
that.
the meeting down,
Right.
talk.
even though you're a fast reader.
I still like to think about.
I know, Yeah, if we could just get copies of that.
Yeah.
I will
Yeah.
look up the
Those
2
towns.
communities that did have criteria and send that over to. I'll send that to the whole team.
Is that
Okay.
something you can just
Okay.
scan and
Yeah, we can scan and send, we'll send it,
perfect?
those two.
It doesn't have to be displayed to us here at a meeting. You
Right.
can just send
Send
it
it,
off.
we'll
Yeah.
email
It's
it,
public information. that
Yeah.
And then I
Anybody in the
then
public
can read
asks for
through
it.
it, so
yeah.
thank you.
You said neither of those communities had much criteria in fact.
No, there's nothing, it's kind of
Well, the state asks you to have criteria,
Yeah.
but they don't tell you what the criteria should be. And
no,
as people use it, they have not documented their criteria, so I'm not sure how
Yeah.
hard and fast the state is on it. I think it's just to give us an opportunity for some discretion on those extreme cases.
And Kathy said the one that they had was only really for a year, they just wanted,
Yeah, you can't do it for multiple years.
no, the gentleman was, out of work, and so they granted it for like a year only. It's just if somebody like loses their job or
Gives them an opportunity to figure things out.
Yeah. So,
Right. Thank you.
yeah.
Now the one I jumped forward to.
I don't know, this came from Littleton. I didn't know if this is something we wanted, I need a copy of it. You wanted to do this now, or? Because this was the only thing I was able to find on the website.
Right.
Yeah, there really wasn't anything, so I think it's necessary,
Right.
if it's not.
So we were talking about the fact that we have a policies book that we're trying to finalize, I guess, or not finalized yet. We didn't have a code of conduct for us. So I think it's worthwhile doing. And do you want us to read through this now? This isn't that pressing.
No,
Can we
no,
just
it's just something.
Take it under
Yeah.
advisement for the next meeting.
Next
We'll
meeting,
figure out if we have
sure.
any feedback on this. And there may be some things that you think that's too stringent, or it's redundant, or we missed this completely. So we can add stuff to it as well, so,
Thanks for sending this out. I like the idea of having one.
yes.
Yeah. And this actually is
Oh.
Littleton, so,
Mm-hmm.
so it's just like a sample. And speaking of the binder, we did add more chapter land really
information,
wasn't
yeah,
in that,
yeah.
so we added more chapter land. We're adding,
Oh, I know what's going on. You're saying chapter land?
yeah.
I heard chapter lane.
Oh.
And I was thinking of property that's.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's,
Lindbergh
that's,
property that's chapter lane,
Yeah.
that's for sale, and it's
Gotcha.
huge
Yeah.
acreage.
we had exactly the right site for the
Yeah.
wrong
Mhm.
information that we gave you. Yeah.
Yeah. So. I'll leave that on the agenda for next time.
I'm not sure she's familiar with the term, with the name Chapter Lane even. Those of us who've been around town forever would know
Yeah.
the name Chapter Lane, but Linda's been here for a year and a
Almost
half.
2 years?
Oh,
Going on 2.
So-
In,
wow, you haven't been here very long.
No,
I've been here
yeah.
for 30 some odd years.
And the, I believe the dealership was closed by the time you got here, so.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
long closed.
And that was Chapter Lane?
Chapter Lane.
That was chapter lane.
Oh.
It was on your way towards Mackey's.
They're over by Lancaster now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're in Lancaster.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway.
Yeah.
So easy to understand how you did that.
It's like on your way to Smokehouse Roasters, maybe.
Chapter
Have you been
to Smokehouse
Chapter
Roasters?
lane.
No, is it good?
Hmm.
Never heard of
It's
it.
a coffee shop
Oh, is it?
on your way to Fitchburg.
Oh,
Mackey's is on your right, you go a little bit further down, go past Auto Shots, and it's the next little mall.
Yeah.
okay.
They roast all their own coffee.
Oh, what's the name of it? Again?
Smokehouse.
Smokehouse.
Oh, Smokestack.
Smokestack?
Smokestack Roasters.
To try it.
Not to advertise, but you know, we want to encourage people to be in business here in town.
We do.
What a thought.
We do. Which is an issue that was addressed at
I was
the-
just pointing out that it's like on that same street as
Right,
Chapter Lane was.
Okay.
right.
That was actually brought up at the classification hearing.
Right.
Yeah.
We need to encourage more business.
We do.
And one way to encourage that is by splitting up the tax rate and charging the businesses more. Nope.
No.
Nope. So, all of us involved in taxation think, well, gee, we'll just take the money from the commercial, all that commercial and industrial stuff we have. We don't have much, so. We always, I've heard that, you know, dozens of times from different people, well, we'll just take it from there. And then you find out, well, here's what the implications are, and we're gonna be driving businesses out of town.
Yeah. Speaking of businesses, we just sent out our forms of lists. We normally do it in January, but with the snow day yesterday, the
So tell them what a form of list is.
forms of list is for all personal property. Business need to indicate, like if it's like a dealership, everything that's in the office, for example. Yes, chairs, computers, they would list all that.
Copiers, printers,
Coppers,
whatever.
everything.
Their equipment, not necessarily their goods,
Yeah,
Right.
but their equipment to run their business.
yeah.
So if anybody that has a business here in town that has equipment in that business, we get to tax that.
You get to tax their equipment.
It's personal
Sure.
property.
That's what that personal property is. They call, as I said, they call it personal property. It's got nothing to do with personal. It's all about businesses.
Yeah.
That's strange.
Well, every community in town, I mean, every community in the state does tax their personal property from their businesses. Yep.
We have a $2,500 exemption, so if.
Well, it's just a small business, right? We're
Yeah.
not gonna bother.
But if it's over 2,500, they are taxed. And we actually have quite a bit of personal property.
Yeah, well, there are home-based businesses that have enough equipment that they might qualify. But if you get less than $2,500 worth of product or material, then we're not gonna tax you. You couldn't afford it anyway.
So, does that business have to be founded in Lunenburg?
Based
Based, yeah.
in Lunenburg.
Yeah. And manufacturers are exempt from that as well.
So
Personal
I'm just thinking, remote teleworkers, people who have large amounts of equipment in their homes, but they're working for Amazon, or they're working for, some other very large corporation from some other state, some other location.
If they're a consultant, that's one thing. If they're running a business out of there, that's something different. We have a list of those businesses here in town. So we send out this forms of list to get them to report back what they have for equipment. So it wouldn't necessarily apply to everybody who has a home-based business.
Employees or consultants.
A consultant might be considered an employee in that case, maybe.
Okay, I'm just confused because I was a consultant for a decade here.
Right.
In Lunenburg.
Right.
And I never knew about this and the town didn't know about me.
And that's true of most cases. It's really if you're running a business that has, you have a separate office someplace and people can come, you have a retail business or something that people can come to your business. You could, an attorney.
Even a landscaper too.
A landscaper. Oh, landscapers might have a lot of equipment because they
Hair
have.
salon, stuff, just businesses like that.
Right. But as far as business consultants, we wouldn't be able to find them.
So.
Like you, we would not be able to beat the bushes and say, oh, there's another business.
So, a lawn mowing or person
Sure.
who's got, a $15,000 mowing set of equipment and works a day job, but also mows nights and weekends and stuff.
If we can't find them, we can't tax them, but,
You'd have to register the business
If
with the
it-
town
if-
clerk also.
that's really, I think that's the cutoff. If it's a
Yeah.
registered business with the town clerk, then it's a
Okay.
business. If it's not that, as I said, we can't find them.
It's
And
it's
we don't
just
want
a
people
little
reporting on their
confusing.
neighbors.
People don't know about it.
That stuff, right.
Yeah. That's something I never knew.
So, as a consultant though, you registered your business with the tax, with the
But it wasn't
town clerk.
my business. I was a member of a consulting firm.
Oh, then you're an employee.
So you're an
Yeah.
employee.
Yeah,
Okay.
None of that counts. Whatever you do
The
as an
firm
employee.
itself is getting taxed somewhere.
And if the firm is not based here in Lunenburg, we wouldn't tax them.
Okay. Yeah,
You're
it's
a
based
member.
in Natick, but yeah.
And they may have them on their list of businesses, and they may send forms of list out. Having said that, they probably don't report everything that you have, that all the other employees have either.
Yes, they don't.
Right?
And I had a lot of computing equipment.
Yes. Yes.
So, and I still do.
There you go.
I just don't have laptops.
Just other equipment. Yeah. Okay, so how do we get on that?
Oh.
You're sending
to,
out forms of list.
Yeah,
that
we
are-
had sent those out, so, because we had a
When do they
snow
do?
day yesterday. Typically we send them out in January, March 1st
Okay,
is when, so we're gonna,
we're
starting
sending them a little
there.
early, but not
Yeah.
bad. And,
Yeah.
and each of those businesses is supposed to report back to us on March 1st, so we can figure out how much equipment they own.
And then, the income and expense forms we'll be sending out soon too, so we'll be getting ready.
You'll, in the courses that you're gonna be taking shortly, you'll learn that there are several ways to value property. Three ways to value property, I think.
Yeah, sales, income, and cost.
Right. So what you just mentioned was something that was around income.
Yeah.
So that's a second way to value a business. Cool. So, and you said they'd be March 1st, so that's fine. Luckily, that doesn't have us tripping over all the other stuff that we're doing in January
Well,
and February.
we figured we'd get a head start on it, yeah,
Yeah,
because it'll be picking up in the next couple weeks.
right. Great. Great. We ready to move on to the next topic? Which apparently is postponed
Yeah.
topics. Any more updates on the new mapping software? I
I-
know you've been busy as hell.
Yeah.
Excuse my French.
It's been busy. I did put in a phone call. I haven't been able to connect with them yet, but they are open to scheduling a time if anybody wants to see a demo.
Yeah.
So we can do that, but I
Well, the
haven't-
first question, as you know, is the one that we really want to answer, and that is, can we update stuff from the field? If we can update stuff from the field, then okay, we're interested in talking more, I think.
Yeah. We've been playing phone tag, so,
Rather than going out in the field and then coming back in and re-inputting all that stuff. It's craziness. You input it once, it's done. It's fully integrated,
yeah.
so. Okay, well, when you get a chance. It's as soon as you can, but it's not the top priority.
No, well, that's why we have it under, I'm sure he'll call back. I don't know if he is on vacation or what with the holiday, but,
You did a policies binder update already, kinda.
yeah. We added more chapter land information to the binder this week, and so we didn't have the chapter land, but now we have that. And then we keep adding to our procedures and policies.
So, is there a time that we can put that all up online?
It's a lot of information.
I know,
We don't want to lose it.
because,
Well, we have it on the OneDrive, so we have instructions, but this binder is all information, and it's like this thing,
Mhm.
so.
it's just,
We have it
it's
backed
just
up.
bits and bytes.
Yeah, I just don't know, I mean, it would be a lot of work to put it up online.
And maybe,
I don't even know if,
just thinking out loud, everybody, maybe we should actually ask the town for some money to do it online. At some point. Just a thought. It's not, I did not make a motion. It was just something to keep in the back of your head, but you know, if it's online, then you never lose it.
Yeah.
And you can find it fairly readily. If it's in a binder in there, maybe there's 2 binders, maybe there's 3 binders. Well, now what are we gonna do? We got several binders.
I mean,
If
we
somebody
could
wants to
back it
see-
up.
If somebody wants to see what all the policies are, oh, here's the book, good luck, have fun. That doesn't seem
Yeah.
very efficient. And if they just want to know about one policy, and it's not, it is online, they can go look at that one policy, go, oh, this is what this one is. Maybe we should change that. Great, thanks. It's changed, it's done. But
Most of it's the IGRs, which
Yep,
are already on there.
yep. But the IGRs come through to us electronically already,
Yeah.
so right in the book.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, so that's essentially what was done. Our procedures, I mean, I don't think there's a need to have our individual, like, procedure. I think on the chapter land, it's good because the charts and stuff people wanna see stuff like that, but how we put stuff in Munis and all that, I don't really think we should be.
I actually would like to see that.
How it's done.
An issue we have in town is a total loss of functional knowledge anytime someone moves on. That could be you, that could be Robin, that could be anybody in the office.
Hmm.
And, you know, like the neighborhoods, somebody had some idea of what those meant at one point, but they never wrote it
We don't
down.
know what it was.
Yeah.
So I do want to see all of that.
We have it in
recorded.
our OneDrive, we have all that, where anyone can go, well, our staff, we have the OneDrive, so we can go in, and everything that we do, we've been saving there.
Right.
It's all electronic. Like today, when I got off the phone with Jim Crowley, and I got off the phone with the forester, I wrote up a procedure on forestry, and this is what we do.
Yep.
In this case.
Perfect.
So that's the kind of.
But that's online.
That's
You wrote it
online. No, it's.
No, but you
it's
brought it
on-
up. It's
Yep,
now online.
it's now online, so.
So
this-
that's all I was
That's what
trying to
we're
say.
asking.
And
Yeah.
maybe it's more, instead of trying to flip the whole thing over, maybe it's just a transition over time. All new stuff
Yeah,
gets put in online,
Yeah.
and we have access to it online. You know, someday we'll get the old stuff or not.
yeah. That's it, that's what, when we started that from
Yeah.
day one,
Yeah.
is everything we do, there's instructions on how to do it, so.
Yep.
That's kind of what we did. There wasn't any of that when I started. It was.
I mean, bridging with Munis, that would be helpful to have online.
What, the actual bridge?
How do we go about the
A, B,
bridging
C,
process?
D, the
Oh.
process.
How does our camera system talk to our finance system?
How does that work?
This should all be
Well, I have the
documented someplace.
procedures on how to make the file in CAMA. and
Got
then
that,
I've got
But
that
now we
written
can,
down.
well, we have a bridge that doesn't work, so what do we do with that?
Well, unfortunately, we've got technical people working on that, so I couldn't explain that to you, the technology part of it. I know the process and what happens, but
Right.
as far as the issues on the bridge, the technical part, that's not really something I can even.
Oh, no, I'm not saying you should do it anyway. I'm sorry if I made that,
Yeah.
if you got that impression. I think it needs to be done,
Mhm.
whether it's you or some technical person or a technical writer could, you know, tell you what
Writes
the
it up.
process is.
That would be helpful.
And that would be a value for long haul, because you're right, you lose you call it functional knowledge, I typically call it institutional
Institutional
knowledge,
Yeah.
that just goes away the second somebody retires
Yeah.
or gets hit by a bus.
Mhm.
Well,
So-
when they make, I do know that when they go into Munis, every town has their own bridge that's stored there. So,
Stored in Munis?
in Munis, so when they go for the personal property, instead of selecting Lunenburg, they have to select Fall River. So, because.
So Fall River's bridge
Is compatible with,
communicates between between,
well, RRC, who's that.
Between
so
Vision and Munis.
It's actually RRC's file, because personal property is not in Vision, it's in RRC, which is our contractor.
I'm
That's
sorry,
its own-
did I say personal property?
Um,
I didn't think I did.
Well, that's where the bridging issue is, it's with our
Okay.
personal property.
Well, and so there is a bridging between Vision and Munis. There needs to be a bridge between RRC and Munis. That doesn't work properly.
Right.
But the RRC bridge for Fall River works.
Yep. Yeah, so that's what we're trying to do, and then we're trying to resolve the whole issue. with
So let's
the
assume that none of us are here next year and the bridge hasn't been fixed and we don't call Kevin, or what's his name?
Oh, Randy.
Randy, because we don't know Randy, because whoever's sitting here doesn't know Randy. And how do they get it to work? They don't know. So if it's documented.
Hopefully it's resolved by then, we've been
Well, I'm
contacting.
just- That's what we said last year. That's exactly what we
Hope is
said
a
last
wonderful
year.
thing.
Yeah.
Right? But I would rather know how we're managing it.
Well, but that's exactly what we said last year.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll be fixed next year.
Mm.
It's not.
I think it's more in Munis, the reason why it's not fixed, which is what we're,
I concur,
yeah.
but Munis can do it with Fall River.
Yeah.
They're a bigger town. Oh, Did I say that? They are. Okay. So scratch what I said before about revamping all the old policies, but any new policy will be in there. And we probably ought to put some kind of a check mark on it that says this is policy. If it has a,
We have all of the, I forget, I think it's worded on the cover, the policies binder. So we
Yeah.
have the IGRs in there,
but that's the hard
That's
copy.
the hard copy of what it is, and
Yeah,
then
but,
actually what you
right.
do with it, we have that, so we can add all that stuff that we have in the OneDrive, we can add those in as far as how to, probably in the back section, maybe how to process an abatement, stuff like that.
Or just where do you find it on the OneDrive?
Yeah. We actually.
If the policy book says, go find it on the OneDrive here, then you go find it on the OneDrive there, and it's always updated,
Yeah,
so.
it's always backed up, so if the bind is lost, we have.
It's great
Yeah,
to
everything.
make like a Word document with what it is and the link, so you click on the link and it opens up in the OneDrive.
Yep.
We have
So
everything.
now you don't need a giant binder, you just have a couple of papers.
We have it all under Assessor in the OneDrive. And it's got titles, chapter land, procedures under there, and then it's got chapter land information, and that's how we have it in the OneDrive right now,
Good.
by
Yeah.
titles. That's
Oh, that's
exactly how
good.
it is.
That's
Yeah,
good.
it's all really all in one spot. You just have to go to the individual folder. So it's perfect the
Yeah.
way it's.
That's how I deal with it in Google Drive.
I like this because we're speaking his language right now too.
Except for one thing. Can you define IGR for me?
Oh,
Oh,
forgot to ask you.
yes, actually, shoot. Informational guideline, right? Is that awful? Informational guideline.
Do I have one with me? I don't have one with me.
Informational
Guidelines.
guidelines.
So the
Resource,
DOR
I think that's what it means.
sent, it is, but I'm trying to think what the R is.
Resource, I think. What it means?
Google
Basi-
suggests it's an insect growth regulator.
Do you want me to look at-
I couldn't remember what the R was either.
If I go to DOR,
Is that AI?
I can look it up. I
I'm
think
just
it's informational
It's a
guidelines.
reasonable question.
Yeah,
And
yeah, we
then
all speak these.
Once you
Mhm.
start looking at the IGRs, you just call them IGRs and it's like, well, that's silly.
Let me just go to mass.gov.
Yeah, I've not, I get it, but I haven't seen it yet, so
No,
I don't
well,
know.
they publish them,
Informational guideline release.
Release. Okay, not response.
Release. That's
You
right.
have to write IGR assessing, otherwise you hear about insects.
You'll be
Okay.
saying all these little acronyms when,
Yeah,
What? Let them get through the training.
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Linda will tell
this
you.
is the fun part of learning
Yeah.
new technology, if you will,
Yep,
even though this isn't very technical.
it's not very.
No, there's a
Well-
lot of information though, it's.
Yeah, there's a ton and a half of
Let's
information.
Talk about
I
a
get that.
binder that's this thick full of stuff.
Yeah,
Mhm. Yeah, been there, written that, read that.
Yep.
and there's always something, like we tend to have stuff, people walk into the office, they have a question, and then we say, okay,
And,
unique situation,
Go.
then we have to research that, and
yeah,
so
yeah.
we think we have everything covered, and then
So
something.
the next person that shows up has something that
Yeah.
doesn't fit any of those criteria.
And the best thing I will say about the assessors, the Massachusetts Assessors Association, is it's a network of assessors throughout the state. And we meet, we have continuing ed, and it's a great resource. So anytime I have questions, I reach out to my assessor peers and,
So all the assessors have to maintain their credentials.
yeah,
And most of them belong to the Massachusetts, whatever the rest of it's called.
Assessors Association.
And they have conferences and training sessions. I think they're very valuable because we wind up, she comes back from one, Linda will come back from one and go, you know what I found out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Glad.
So, well worth it, and my big thing that I'm pushing is for the commercial property is I want more training on that. So, Bill Mitchell is actually, he's from the chief assessor in North Andover, and I spoke with him last month. I said, he mentioned that you were gonna have all these classes coming up,
So
so,
remember, he has a lot more commercial property
He
than we
does.
do.
yeah.
So
And yes.
we know that 92% of ours is residential, so 92% of our attention should be on the residential.
Yeah,
Commercial is only a small piece of the other 8%,
yeah,
but I don't want to lose sight of it either. So I want to make sure that we are knowledgeable
Yeah.
enough.
actually, it's actually 91 and 9%, because industrial went up by 1% due to the complex on Leominster Shirley Road. It increased slightly.
That was last year. I thought it went back to 92 this year.
No, it's 91.
It's still 91? Okay, oh, whatever.
Yeah.
I lied,
Oh,
sorry.
what class? We went up a percent in industrial.
Right,
That was the only change.
but that didn't change the commercial much.
No,
Right,
we're still under 10% for
SIP.
CIP, which is commercial, industrial, personal property.
Another acronym you'll come to know.
Yeah.
Commercial, industrial,
Personal property,
personal property. Okay.
which is, as we talked about,
Yeah,
not personal.
We always say CIP.
which isn't personal property.
Right.
It's corporate property.
It's
Or
business
Business
property.
property, yeah. Okay.
We could have homes too, second homes.
Second homes is the other thing
Yeah.
that fits in there. That's why they didn't call it something else. They call it personal
Second
property.
home.
If you have a second home, that is also taxed as though it were a personal property, so.
Interesting.
So
It's not just treated as a home.
Well, it's
it's not your primary
not
residence.
primary, so,
Well, then neither one of them are primary residences. if you
Well,
own two.
you have to have
You
a
have to pick
residence. You gotta pick one.
Yeah.
I have some, I have
Yeah,
some
you gotta pick
in-laws.
one for where the mail is going, but.
Well, you have to fix one for tax purposes too,
Yeah.
because your residence is treated differently than your second home. And you may have a second or third or fourth home. We actually, I know of some people here in the community that have a home and 3 other buildings that are homes. So how do you tax them? You couldn't tax them 25% each or some damn thing. So basically, you have to treat those as personal property and then tax them on the personal property rate. And I have some in-laws, probably figured out how they're, but anyway, they live 180, no, yeah, 184 days a year in Florida. So
Yes.
they are Florida residents,
Mhm.
and they are really anal about making sure they get their 184 days in.
Hmm.
They don't want to take a chance of somebody trying to tax them here in Massachusetts, because Massachusetts is higher.
Yeah, it's higher tax
Much
here.
higher. So,
I understand.
well, that's for the income, obviously, not for their property. Their property taxes, though, their property tax, whatever their property tax is, but, so if you were a homeowner and you had 2 homes, one of those homes has to be your primary residence, the other one has to be your second home, and the second home is taxed differently.
Okay. Hmm.
Again, that's one of the 10 modules, I'm not sure which one.
So the house that I'm gonna buy in Belfast, Maine.
Well, we won't care. We won't care,
Yeah.
because it's not in Lunenburg.
Right.
You're not gonna tax it.
Okay.
Belfast, Maine may tax it differently, Or
Interesting
not.
thought, depending.
or not, but that's up to them. And we don't have to become experts on Belfast, Maine. You might.
Well, I'm planning on retiring there when the Leo decides to stop working.
Our next agenda item is our upcoming meeting and event schedule.
I think so.
yeah.
You might have a
I
conflict
might have a conflict on the 17th. My husband's going in for surgery next Wednesday.
the week before.
Hip surgery, so hopefully he'll be up and
Up and about.
then. But I can, I'm gonna keep it on there, but I can keep you posted.
So we may have to be flexible on that one. We could do it the week later.
No, 24th.
24.
I won't be here.
Oh, okay.
I should be
Nobody
okay.
wants-
Maybe I'll see if I can get somebody to cover, at least.
If he's not.
I could
able
move to the
do it.
Monday, but that's, all I got.
Let's leave it at the
Let's
17th for
keep
now
it
until we
there.
hear that we have to change it. And I
Yeah.
don't really want
I
to
will,
do,
I'll know next Wednesday.
I didn't really want to do the 24th.
Yeah.
Just wanted to be clear.
Yeah.
And the Monday, well, that would be the 22nd?
That'd be the 15th.
Oh, that Monday. We might not know by then,
Oh, I see.
in time to post it
Hmm,
for the 15th.
that's true.
Yeah, because I won't know
We
until
won't know.
Thursday.
I
Let's just
really-
keep it
I
there.
really can't do anything that next week.
Okay.
I think the Christmas week?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think the Christmas week is pretty much out
yeah.
for any meetings, unless we have an emergency, obviously, that's always a different thing. I can't imagine the emergency, but they happen.
Who knows?
So if we were not to meet on the 17th, we would potentially right now not meet until January 7th.
Yeah, that's what I have on my calendar.
Okay. Unless something comes up.
Yeah,
Let's leave the 17th and January 7th
okay,
out there, and if we have to cancel the 17th, we will.
okay. Sounds
It'd be
good.
great if we could meet, because it will get a pretty good idea of where we are on billing,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well,
You
yeah,
know,
we have to,
tax bills.
by then we have
Nice
to
to
have,
know.
yeah.
But it'd be nice to be able to confirm that we made it for the 14th.
Well, we're doing our very
Actually-
best. right?
Actually, if we are not going to make the 14th, you can just send us each a note to let us know that that's occurred.
Mhm.
And
If we are gonna make it, tell us too.
And if we aren't going to make it, tell us what Jen's plan is for making the bills happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we are actively working on that every day, so we've already, I don't anticipate that, but I don't want to say, because it's, one part of it is not my,
I said Jen, I mean the town manager, I don't mean Jen, anybody else.
Yep.
I have Randy, I know he'll help us get that all set, so I can at least tell you the personal property is all set. We'll get ready to do those exemptions as soon as the real estate file's uploaded.
So what would our potential February schedules be?
Um,
2 weeks from the 21st is
Yeah,
the
we've been doing the
4th.
first and the third of Wednesday of the month. Is there any other day that?
I was just gonna extend it out in
Yeah.
February 3rd or
Yeah,
4th.
I can do that, but is there any other day that? Is Wednesday the only day? Is anyone doing Wednesdays at one
I'm
point?
trying to maintain as much continuity as possible so that our townsfolk aren't trying to find us.
Yeah,
So that would be February 4th,
It's the
February
4th.
4th, yeah.
and then 2 weeks from that would
18th,
be
yep.
18th.
18th. And I will not be here.
On the 18th?
On the 18th, I'll be in Arizona.
You'll be, I thought you'd be doing those tests for the 10 modules.
So we might need to look into the 25th, which is the following week.
Of
Yeah.
February.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the
We-
week with the 18th in there, that's a school vacation.
Yeah, it
week.
is.
Oh, it is,
Yeah.
that's right. Ooh.
okay. All right,
Okay, let's put them on the, let's not put the 18th on the calendar, let's put the 25th. Let's
25th.
just
Okay,
automatically say that.
4 and 25.
4 and 25. And if anything else comes up
Changes.
in the interim, we'll,
we can, yeah.
I really want to stick to the Wednesday evening, because that way there's continuity for townsfolk.
Mhm.
I had someone asked me about an excise tax
Oh, I saw
exemption.
that.
I sent them over to you. Did he send you the form yet? or-
No,
Okay,
we
that's
haven't
fine.
received anything.
Just
But I'm
wanted to get
sure,
my
he
status.
might have actually come into the office, we had some people come in today, so, I know you mentioned.
I just said, go to the office.
Yep,
Someone approached me on my town email and said, are you the one that I get my motor vehicle exemption from? And I said, no, but sort of, because I'll review it later,
Yeah.
but,
So-
you know, people don't understand sometimes the difference between what the lead assessor does and what the board of assessors do.
Yeah.
I understand that, I never did. Why can't I just talk to you?
We're too entrenched at this point.
yeah.
Well, that's probably true.
Yeah.
Did you want to sign these, speaking of that?
The
So what do we have excise tax.
Um,
Unfortunately, where you haven't passed your first 2 tests,
Correct.
you can't sign
You
it.
can just attach the
What?
totals.
You can't sign it.
I have plenty here.
I know. I know. We don't even know if you have a gateway. No, I'm pretty sure you have a gateway, but
Oh,
That's okay.
she did.
Today is December 4th.
you
Extra
can,
copies.
I would be simply acknowledging that you folks signed, so
right.
Yes. I think that's the same thing.
I'm sure
It's the
that's
same
not
thing.
helpful.
Yeah, that's
Somebody
just, we've been doing
Wait,
2, so
Does this need a,
Oh,
that
so-
needs a signature. 'cause
so this
it's-
didn't-
That's a commitment.
does it have to go to the notary?
No, that's a lien.
Oh, this is lien.
That's not a
That's-
lien, that's a commitment.
that's the commitment.
Yep, that's
You-
for
You have
the,
another sheet in here
yep, that's,
that wasn't in the other one.
oh, okay, yeah. So
Do you-
this is,
do you
this
need-
is.
I need to sign this
yeah,
one too for that
yep.
one?
I'm sorry, Mr. Broke,
That's
that's
okay.
right, yep. And then if you wouldn't mind signing that extra signature page in there.
Yep, working
in the
on it.
back. Yeah.
You can look this over if
Yeah,
you want to see what
yeah.
it looks like.
Yeah.
This goes with that.
I will have a lien at the next meeting if they send everything back for that chapter.
Oh, yeah.
We're
Right,
gonna-
this one goes with that.
Okay.
yeah. So one's for the accounting officer, and then the other is for the tax collector.
For the who?
Tax collector.
Tax
and
collector, yeah,
Yeah.
sorry.
accountant.
I think I knew that. I was only asking the question so blindly. No, I was asking the question because I was confused.
Here you go.
This is the same, that's,
It's the same thing.
Same thing.
It's just another copy.
Oh, I do have. We would like to get a stamp, so for the motor vehicle abatements, we just stamped them. And we voted in one of our
Yeah.
meetings, so I don't know
There's,
if you
there's a
could
lot of stuff we
sign
have
that,
to
and then we can
sign.
have a stamp made up.
There's a lot of stuff we have to
So
sign
you should probably
directly.
make it for each individual.
Individual.
That's what we've done.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
We
Okay,
already have.
So,
Yeah,
okay.
so just whatever your signature.
I couldn't remember if we did it in a trio or not, which
Yeah.
would be, sad.
We used to have all 3, and
On one stamp.
then Jack left, and then he said, oh, shoot.
Catch it off.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Catch it out with a.
So this is.
Okay. Thank you.
Anything else that need to be signed?
I think that is it.
No bills?
No,
No
you've been
contracts?
signing everything,
no
no,
checks?
nothing,
Yeah.
nope.
No. Okay.
So,
So, make a motion to
no,
adjourn.
we're not ready to adjourn. So
Oh,
on this,
close the comments.
on this agenda, it says that we adjourn at 8 o'clock. So that
Okay, for
means
executive session.
because we posted this till 8 o'clock, we have to remain in session till 8 o'clock. So I'd like to not do that again in the future.
Okay,
Uh,
what time is it?
Because somebody
It's
could try
10
to
minutes
join us
away.
at 5 minutes of 8.
Oh,
And
And
we have
we've
said
gone
that we're not
away
here.
and we're
Okay.
not here anymore.
Okay,
So just drop the end
okay,
time
no
off
more, all right.
for the
okay.
future.
We'll Change that.
Having said that, do we have anything to talk about for the next 10 minutes?
No,
No.
I have no comment. I'm gonna get some water.
So, what I,
That doesn't include executive session.
No, it doesn't.
it's- Yeah, okay.
no,
Well,
when I saw that there was an end date, end time on there, I
we
thought,
should have
oh.
taken that off, yeah.
Well, I sent it up back to Robin and said, you might want to take this or something. She said, well, take it up with Linda. And I was like, okay, you're right, I should take it up with Linda.
Yeah.
I just didn't have time to
Yeah.
call you and say,
That's,
make that amendment. Because we don't want somebody to try to dial in and say, what are you guys hiding?
yeah,
What do you mean you adjourned?
yeah.
Well, we didn't have more business.
Well, we don't have that much for exemptions, so.
So just, if the board is happy with it, I would suggest that since this was scheduled till 8 o'clock in error, I'd like to make a motion that we go ahead and adjourn anyway. and just take our chances that someone from town doesn't try to get in touch with us in the next 5 minutes, 7 minutes?
I'll second that motion.
Is that acceptable?
Yes.
Okay, you can vote on this one.
Yes, I will.
You can't vote on any of the financial stuff
No,
yet,
yet.
but you can vote on process, procedure, that kind of stuff, so.
Okay.
Did you second that?
Yes, I
You
did.
did.
Second.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
We'll adjourn at 7:52
From the open meeting,
from the open meeting. Oh, you gonna read the whole thing?
I can read.
That'll take 5 minutes.
That'll take some of the time.
A motion to adjourn to enter an executive session, adjourn open meeting and enter executive session, not to return to open session after exiting executive session. The motion to enter executive session under purpose 7, to comply with or act under the authority of any general, special law, or federal grant and aid requirements. And also, executive session, quote, applications for abatement or exemption under this chapter shall, except in proceedings before the county commissioner, the appellate tax board, or a court of the Commonwealth, be open only to the assessors, the commissioner, the deputies, clerks, and assistants of either the assessors or the commissioner, and such other officials or designated private auditors of the Commonwealth, Chapter 59, Section 60 of MGL is the law being cited.
So you amended your motion based on that. You seconded it based on
Second.
that. And now we can vote to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And we're gonna go ahead and shut down.